Friday. Welcome to Yoga Flow this morning. We'll be practicing this morning mostly without any props, but if you do need a prop during the practice, please go ahead and grab one. This is meant to just start our morning off with some movement and some breath, and make sure that you feel each posture where you want to be feeling it. So if I go a little bit deeper and you need to go a little bit less, please do so. Good morning, Georgia. So make sure that you listen to your body. You're not going into something that feels painful. There's always ways to modify something. Blocks and straps are useful. I know it's difficult when we're flowing because our movement is a little bit quicker, but once we get down on the mat after our standing postures, you should be good to use most of your props. I'm going to have you started in child's pose this morning. So make sure you have a space that's quiet and comfortable. I always like to set up my space up a little bit so it feels good for me in the things that I have around me. I have love to light my candles. I always use a few essential oils in my practice because I like the sense of smell. So if that's something that you might like, that is something to use. And then, I have my little wall of things that I love. I have my little, my rocks. I have things that I've picked up along my hikes. I have my new skeletal Halloween statue. I have all sorts of things here that mean a lot to me. So anyways, those are things that you can think of for yourself. So let's start off with a wide-legged, toes together. I'm going to ask for your hips to be reaching back towards your heels. If that feels a little tight this morning, you can always stay in puppy dog pose. But if you feel like you can get down to the back, stretch out the back. Bring your forehead down towards the back of your hands. To start to feel a beautiful opening within the shoulder blades and the low back and groin. And start to take a deep inhale breath through your nose and a nice audible breath out through your mouth. See if you can bring that breath a little deeper in through the lungs as you bring that breath towards the low back. And take a long out breath through your nose or your mouth. Bring that breath in once again, sending it down the low back and into the hips. Take an equally long out breath through your nose now. Take 5 more breaths here. Let's equally breathe in and out through your nose. And just begin to bring your head away from the back of your hands. We're going to extend into the legs, coming into a more structured child pose. So tops of the feet are resting, knees are a little bit narrower. We're going to shoot the hips back towards the heels of our feet and lengthen through the arms. So feel the armpits away from the floor. Elbows are extending, palms are open. Feel the shoulder blades drawing down away from the ears. So the arms are very active here in child's pose. Start to take that deep Ujjayi breath through your nose. Exhaling the breath out. 3 more breaths here. Good, and start to bring yourself into all fours here. Have your arms directly underneath the shoulders, and you can curl your toes here. Begin to lift and open through the front body as you inhale. So really stretching out through the belly, maybe through the throat. And then exhale, round through the spine, belly button towards the back of the spine there. Really rounding here. Inhale, lift and open. So think about lengthening through the belly, unfurling the chest. And then as you exhale, finding space between each of the vertebrae as you round through the shoulders, the hips. Inhale, now imagine that there's liquid just resting in the little bowl of your back. And then as you exhale, feel that warm liquid pouring off your hips and your shoulders. Now connect with your breath as you inhale. And exhale, feel the liquid just pouring off the hips and shoulders once again. One more time, inhale. And exhale, gently lifting. Good, let's take some movement side to side into the hips. Maybe the head goes in the opposite direction. Good, we're going to shoot the hips up towards the ceiling. Keep a bent knee position. Extending through the arms, walk your feet up. Let's pedal the heels forward and back. Allow the head to descend down. So first inversion of the morning. Good, settle back down onto the knees. Take the knees out, come into a couple hip circles around. And then take it in the opposite direction. Just get the juices flowing within the hips. And switch to the left side. We'll take a couple hip circles towards the front of the mat. And then let's take that hip circle in the opposite direction. Good. Take the hips back one more time. Take 3 breaths here in child's pose. Good. Begin to lift back onto the knees and shoot the hips up back into your downward dog. And again, you can pedal the heels forward and back. Just start to feel movement within the back of the legs, and we're going to feel those hips. So maybe take the head, turn it from right to left. Let's loosen everything up. So as we go through the postures, we are creating length, but we're also creating tension within each of the asanas that we do this morning. Good, lower the heels, lift the sit bones high, bring your belly towards your thighs, extend the arms. Deep breath in, deep breath out, bend the knees. Take your gaze towards the front of the mat and just gently step your feet towards your hands. Come into halfway lift. Hands can be on the shins or the thighs. Think of shooting the hips back, crown of the head forward. Bend the knees on your exhale, fold. And just stay here. Feel the belly resting on your thighs. Reach your left arm towards the right edge of your mat. And then switching over, extending and reaching towards the other side. Good. Come into halfway lift once again. Bend the knees. Inhale. Take the arms up towards the sky. Bring your hands into namaste. Nice and tall. Take a few breaths here in mountain pose. one more, inhale. Exhale, lower the hands to the sides of your hips, palms stay open. Inhale, take the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, step your feet back. Come down to your knees, lower belly and chest down. Tops of the feet rest. Inhale to cobra. Shoot the hips back, find child's pose. One long inhale. Good, exhale. Float the hips back up towards the sky, finding your downward dog here. Just settle for a breath or two here. Inhale, extending through the right leg. Lift high onto the ball of your left foot, bend your knee, float your foot back. You'll stretch along the front hip. Good, lower the foot down, switch to the other side. Take an inhale breath. Extending through the left leg, high on the ball of the right foot. Bend the knee, float the foot back. Beautiful. Step your left foot back. Bend the knees, walk your feet towards your hands. Find halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up with the arms. Bring your hands to heart center. Nice and tall, take a full breath here. Inhale. Exhale, bend the elbows, bend the knees. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, forward fold. Come into halfway lift, extension. Exhale, bend the knees, step back into plank. Come to the knees, lower down, low plank. Inhale to cobra. Exhale, shoot the hips back, take a long inhale. Exhale, float the hips up towards the sky. Lower the heels, feel that lengthening through the back body. One more breath as you inhale, extend the right leg. Come up high onto the ball of the foot, bend the knee, float the hip back. Good, step your right foot between your hands. Stay on the ball of the left foot as you inhale, take the arms up towards the sky. Good, exhale. Bring your pinkies to the hips, really rotate the arms open here. Lift and open the chest. Exhale, begin to float towards your right thigh. Reaching the arms back, feel the space along the upper trap. Good, step your hands between either side of your feet. Rock forward and back, finding space here along the back half of the left leg. Good, lower the left knee down. Top of the foot rests. Inhale, take that arm up towards the sky. Good, and then just gently twist towards the right. Hand to the low back, extending through the arm. Just feel that lengthening along the hip. Take 2 more breaths here. One more breath. Good, unravel your twist. Hands on either side of your right foot. Curl your toe beneath you and gently lift that knee. We're going to step that right leg back, coming into plank position. So knees or toes here as you come into low plank. Inhale to upward dog. Good, exhale, shoot the hips up. Take a moment here in your downward dog. Inhale, extending through the left leg. Good, come up high on the ball of your foot, bend the knee, float the foot back. Big inhale breath. Exhale, step that foot between your hands. And just gently drawing upward here. Take the arms up towards the sky. This time bend the elbows. Really open up through the front chest and then shoot the fingertips towards the edge of your hips. And then slowly hinging towards that left thigh. Breathe and breathe here. 2 more breaths. Good, one more breath, hands here. We're gonna rock forward and back into that heel. Good, and then lower the knee. Sink into the hip. And just take a breath or two here. Draw that knee up, step that foot back. Find plank position, lower down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Tight to the ribs. Inhale, upward dog. Good, exhale, sink back. Take 3 breaths here in Child's Pose. Long inhale, arms are active. Good, one more breath here as you float back up into your downward dog. Shooting those hips high. Good, we're gonna extend the left leg this time. Extend it up towards the sky. And step your foot through towards the front of the mat. Pivot to the inner edge of your right foot. Square your hips to the front. Inhale, take the arms up towards the sky. So really bend into that knee. Feel the lengthening of your upper body here. 2 more breaths. Good, one more breath. We're gonna take the arms up to the side, windmill to warrior 2. Gaze towards those left fingertips. Make sure that your body is upright. You're not leaning towards the front of your mat. Arms are extended. Take that back arm up just a little higher. Good, 2 more breaths. One more breath, inhale, exalted warrior. Reach that arm up towards the sky, and then begin to straighten into that left knee. Take the arms back up to the side, and we're gonna reach towards the front of your mat. Don't let your bum poke towards the back. Nice and long. Good, windmill the hand down. Come into Trikonasana, triangle pose. Arms straight up. Think of each arm as an extension of one another. Good, feel space along the ribs. 2 more breaths. One more breath, let's windmill the hands out to the side. Rotate the toes in, so wide forward fold. Bring your hands to the hips, hinging at the hip here. So first wide fold of the morning. Bring your hands to the floor. Adjust the feet where you need to, maybe coming inward a little bit more. Shift the hip bones upward here, and then begin to descend the head down closer towards the floor. So just finding that breath and that space, just along the back of the hamstrings, low back, groin, inner thighs. Good, take another breath or 2 here. And we'll come back to this. Walk your hands to your hips, inhale, rising up. So let's just step that back foot just a little closer here. And we're gonna rotate now our right toes to the front of the mat. Square the hips here, bend into the knee, finding warrior 1. Really take those arms up. Take your gaze up towards the sky. Feel that stretch along the back hip. Good, inhale the arms out to the side. Windmill, taking your gaze towards the right fingertips. Draw the hip bones forward. Good, inhale to exalted warrior. Reaching that arm up and back. Just find that space along the side ribs. And then begin to straighten that knee. Windmill the arms back, tuck the hips forward, and reach towards the back of your neck. So just finding that space here in Trikonasana, triangle pose. Windmill the hand down, take that arm up towards the sky. Really open through the front body here. Good, take that arm up and back, just a little bit more. 2 more breaths. Good, 1 more breath, inhale, come back up. Take those toes into rotation. Reach the arms up towards the sky, palms together, index finger and thumb wrapped and reaching towards the sky. Good, bring your hands to heart center, and then slowly begin to shift back. So we'll come back to that wide forward fold. Bring your hands to the floor to send your head down. So adjust the feet where you need to be, maybe taking a deeper inward rotation of the toes. Shift those hip bones upward towards the sky, and then draw the crown of the head down. Just stay here for 2 more breaths. One more breath, inhale, come into halfway lift. So I'm gonna bend a little bit into my left knee. I'm gonna reach my right arm over, and then fold, fold, fold. Good, release, bend into the right knee. Take that left arm to the ankle or shin, and then extend the leg if you can. So really feeling the side ribs along the side body open. See if you find some more space here in your forward fold. Now bow your head towards the floor. Feel your weight. Trust your body to press your weight into the big toe mound of your feet, crown of the head. Now if you feel like, oh, I don't have a block, and you want to create space, double fist and place your forehead down. Find somewhere to rest your head. Two more breaths here. And one more breath, slowly rising back up. So we're going to rotate the toes just slightly out. So think of the corners of your mat, and we're going to hinge and hinge. So we're just coming towards the side, really finding some space here into the adductors. We're going to use those arms to stretch. Good, 2 more breaths. One more breath. I'm going to walk my hands to the front of my mat, and I'm going to come back down with my right knee. So I'm going to slide that foot back, really lengthen along the hip. So I'm really taking that knee quite far back. Rest the top of my foot. And this is where you can use your block if you need to. You can place your block so that your hands are lifted and the floor comes up a little bit higher. Finding that space into the front hip. And just taking a couple breaths more here. And one more breath. We're going to inhale, and I'm going to bend into the hips a bit. And I'm going to cross my right foot to the edge of my mat. So I'm going to come here, and I'm going to reach this leg back. So I'm quite far back into my hip, and I'm just going to bring this foot forward. Now I want to slowly twist towards the left side. I'm going to use my hand to anchor. Good, I'm going to twist a little more, and I'm going to bend this knee just a little bit. And I'm going to slowly bring myself forward into deer pose. So first hip and glute opener here. And just take a few breaths. Just waking up through the hips. Beautiful, one more breath. And slowly walk your hands up. And now I'm going to shift back onto my back toe and then walk my foot back. So I'm going to rock forward and back here. Shoot my hips up towards the sky once again. And this time I'm going to step my left foot forward. I'm going to slide that back leg. We're on the wrong side. So we're going to do that again. Step your foot back. Extend through the right leg, and then step that right leg through. Let's slide that left leg back. There we go. So really finding that space now into the left hip. We always figure out if we're on the wrong side, because that we're like, ooh, that side, I think I already did that. So maybe rock into the hip, really finding that space. And allow it to settle with your breath. Good. A few more deep breaths here. And now I'm going to start to walk my right foot across to the left edge of my mat. And I'm just going to bend a little bit into the leg. So I want to still feel a little extension into that hip. And I'm going to gently twist towards the right side. Use my hand to anchor. Beautiful. And then start to bend into the left knee, along the edge of the mat, coming forward into deer. So start to feel space into the hip, soften the back of the neck. We'll be going a little deeper here into these postures. Take another few breaths here. And one more breath. Good. Slowly walk your hands upward. I'm going to curl that back toe and I'm going to shoot my hips back up into downward dog. So this time I'm going to bend my knees and make it quite passive. Maybe take some movement in my down dog. Walk my hands towards the back of my mat. Good. Keep the knees bent. Again, I'm going to anchor my left hand to my right ankle. I'm going to lift the heel up. Then I'm going to slowly extend here. Take my arm towards the back. And just come into a gentle twist. Beautiful. Switch to the other side. Lift the heel. Take my hand to the low back, extend the knee, gently twisting in the opposite direction. Two more breaths here. Beautiful. Bring your hands to the floor, walk your feet in slightly. Heels are slightly apart. Squeeze the thighs together and sink the bum down. Shoot the arms up towards the sky, coming into chair pose. So really sinking down into the hips, lifting up through the arms. Good, take two more breaths. One more breath, bring your hands to namaste. Nice and tall, take a few breaths here. Good, and just gently step the right foot forward. Bring your hands towards the back of your hips, interlace your fingers. And then just slowly begin to hinge towards that right thigh. Take those arms up towards the sky with you. Feel an inward rotation of your thighs, pressing evenly through both the feet. Release the hands. Step your feet together, toes together, heels slightly apart, squeeze the knees. Sink the bum down, inhale, reach the arms up towards the sky, finding chair pose once again. Strong through the arms, relax the neck, relax the face. Good, hands to namaste, inhale, rising back up. Take a small step this time with your left foot forward. Good. Take the arms out towards the sides this time. So feel the feet pulling away from one another. And now take the hands elbow to elbow. Pull the shoulder blades away, down the back. begin to hinge towards that left thigh. Feel the arch is working in your feet. Bow your head towards your thigh. Good. Take a few more breaths here. One more breath as you slowly bring the hands down, bend into the knee. Step that right foot back and then the left. Find plank position here. Nice one long line as you lower down all the way, belly and chest. Good. Reach your arms to the sides, rotate the palms upward. Soften the neck. Inhale, peel the chest away from the floor. Draw the arm bones up, bend the knees. See if you can catch a hold of the ankles. Flex your feet towards the floor. Strong upper back. Gently begin to draw the thighs up away from your mat and lift as much as you can. Find that breath here. Good. Take 3 more breaths here. Exhale, lower down. Just take the elbows bent here. We're going to rotate our head towards the right, so left ear comes down. Bend into the right knee. Take that right knee up, coming into half splat here, half frog. And just take a few breaths. One more deep inhale. Good. Exhale. Start to rotate the head back to center. Straighten that right knee. Turn your head towards the left. And start to bend into the left side here. Taking a few more deep breaths here. And begin to extend into the leg. We're going to extend the left arm. And we're going to roll all the way onto our backs. Bend your knees. See if you can find a block that you might have. Even a rolled up blanket or a bolster will work well here. Just take that block beneath your hips here. So we're just finishing our practice here on our back. Hug your shoulders in. Draw your knees up towards the ceiling. And then just slowly bring your arms to the sides. Start to extend the legs as if your legs are up the wall. Now if you have a wall available, you're welcome to go there. We're just here for about 10 breaths. Close your eyes. Feel the blood pooling away from your feet towards your heart. Upper body is soft and relaxed. The breath is just a little softer now as we come away from our Ujjayi breath into a softer breath here. And coming into pendulum, we're going to slowly extend the right leg down. And then the left. Good. Take a deep breath in. So adjust the block if you need to a little bit lower. So feel extension along the front hip. Take those arms all the way up and back. Bend the elbows where you need to. Maybe taking some deeper breaths. Let that breath go. Take an audible breath out. Allow your entire face to soften and relax. Allow each of the fingertips to soften to the palm of your hands. And ever so slowly, start to bring your arms to the sides here. Rotate the arm bones so that they're facing upwards towards the sky. And taking another breath or two here. And let's roll the head towards the left or right of your mat, and then the left. So just take this movement into your neck. Begin to bend your knees here. And just stay here for a moment. Allow the low back to settle. Gently lifting the hips, we're just going to glide that block away from beneath the hips. Bring the hips back down to the floor. One by one, extend the legs. And just taking that deep breath in here. Take that audible out breath. And just allow your entire body to soften. And just breathe in all the goodness from your practice this morning. And let that breath out. Now as you take these breaths, scanning your body, just checking in. See if you're holding any tension anywhere, and if so, see if you can let that tension go. And namaste. Thank you for joining me this morning. Thank you for those that will be joining at another time. I hope you enjoy this practice. Happy weekend. Happy Friday, everyone. Take your time. Stay here for as long as you need.